Today, we are here to discuss one of the most priority areas of the nation, that is infrastructure development. Infrastructure is not merely the physical framework upon which our cities and communities stand. It is very lifeblood of our economy and the foundation upon which we build our future. It is also clean energy and industry infrastructure which promotes sustainable development. In Nepal, infrastructure sector is vital for fostering economic growth and enhancing social development. For too long, our roads, bridges, and public transit systems have been neglected. We have seen the consequences of this neglect: increased traffic congestion, delayed goods and services, and a growing divide between those who have access to reliable infrastructure and those who do not. We have also seen the neglect of clean energy, IT, and urban infrastructure, which have hindered our growth process. The government has set high priority toward infrastructure development, which is the lifeline for our economic prosperity. Particularly, my administration recognizes that investing in infrastructure is investing in our people. It is about creating jobs. Infrastructure also strengthens our communities, enabling businesses to thrive and ensuring that every Nepali can access opportunities no matter where they live. I know that infrastructure development is a catalyst for growth. Improved transportation systems enable the efficient movement of goods and services, thus lowering costs and boosting trade. Industrial infrastructure is crucial for reversing the trend of deindustrialization and promote exports. Similarly, reliable energy attracts investments and foster industrialization. Furthermore, better communication networks connect people, facilitate education, and open doors to new opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, infrastructure development also enhances the quality of life. Access to clean water and sanitation reduces health risk. We know that we need good roads, strong power transmission infrastructures, well-organized and sustainable cities, better aviation infrastructure. These are my government's policy. As we embark on building new roads, bridges, urban transport system, and energy systems, we must ensure that these developments are environmentally sustainable. Through the infrastructure development is a top priority. Though the infrastructure development is a top priority, the government alone cannot fulfill such huge infrastructure needs. The private sector needs to work hand to hand with the government for materializing this shared vision towards happy Nepali and prosperous Nepal. The government is always ready to collaborate with the private sector for infrastructure growth. We can together build better transmission lines, better roads, better and livable cities. With the federalization, the infrastructure needs have increased and the collaboration between all three levels of the government has been very strong. The infrastructure needs of the local, provincial, and federal governments can be streamlined for our shared goal towards economic prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, the government and the private sector should be able to work together in building infrastructure in Nepal. I think we need to explore different alternatives in financing a number of infrastructure projects. For instance, we need to find out ways in harnessing financing instruments to build our infrastructure through private sector participation. We have encountered a number of difficult circumstances in the past, which have deeply wounded our economy. For instance, the COVID had serious impact on our economy, and it was further compounded by slowed economy globally. But I feel really proud to state that we have come across the difficult situation and have proved our resilience strongly. Nepal has shown resilience and are gradually recovering. We need private investment and improve our economy. Our policies and practices are perfectly aligned to welcoming private investment in Nepal. The government is always ready to provide hand-holding services to investors, whether they are national or international. The government has set up specialized institutions such as investment board for providing specialized services to private sector in financing projects in Nepal. The government works for improving the livelihood of the people. We are committed in generating employment, building aspirations in the country. We want to create more opportunities within the country, such as the thousands of youths will see a better future within the country, and they should be able to contribute to the country's economy. In closing, let me emphasize that this is not just a government effort. It requires the collaboration of businesses, communities, and all levels of government. Together, we can build an infrastructure that reflects our values, our aspirations, and our commitment to prosperous Nepal, happy Nepali. And finally, I would like to thank CNI and the Ministry of Infrastructure, Physical Infrastructure and Roads for organizing this marvelous, very fruitful summit here in Kathmandu. In this particular time, when we are committed to transfer our economy within a few years from LDC to a developing one. And we have to meet the sustainable development goals within a few years. And we are committed for that, to achieve the goals. In such a situation, this is organized, and I would like to welcome all the friends from different countries as well. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
नेपाल उद्योग परिसंघ CNI र हाम्रो भौतिक पूर्वाधार तथा यातायात मन्त्रालय समेतको आयोजनामा यो बृहत नेपाल पूर्वाधार सम्मेलन नेपाल इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर समिट यहाँ उद्घाटन भएको छ। यसको लागि यसमा भूमिका निर्वाह गर्ने CNI लाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। यस सम्मेलनमा भएका हाम्रा छलफलहरूले हाम्रो क्षेत्रको आर्थिक वृद्धि र सामाजिक विकासलाई अघि बढाउन आधार तयार गरेको छ। यस सम्मेलनमा भएका छलफलहरूले हाम्रो तीव्र विकासको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गरेको छ र यसका निष्कर्षहरूले हामीलाई अवश्य नै मार्ग निर्देश गर्नेछ भन्ने विश्वास लिएको छु। हाम्रो देशको पूर्वाधारलाई रिजनल इन्टिग्रेसनको कुरासँग जोड्ने हो भने दक्षिण एसियाका देशहरूसँगको कनेक्टिभिटीको कुरा नै हो। पूर्वाधारको कुरा गर्दा हामीले सडक, रेलवे र विद्युतीय पूर्वाधारमा जोड दिएका छौँ। डिजिटल पूर्वाधारलाई पनि हामीले प्राथमिकता दिएका छौँ। हामी दुईवटा ठुल्ठुला अर्थतन्त्र भएका देशको बीचमा छौँ। यी दुवै देश बीचको व्यापार खरबौँको छ, त्यसैले हामीले यिनीहरूको बीचमा पुलको काम गर्न सक्छौँ र हाम्रो व्यापारलाई पनि प्रमोसन गर्न सक्छौँ। यस्तो भौगोलिक अवस्थिति हाम्रो लागि अवसर पनि हो र दुवै देशसँगको सम्बन्धलाई सन्तुलन राख्नु हाम्रो चुनौती पनि छ। यी देशहरूसँगको हाम्रो सम्बन्ध सधैँ सन्तुलित रहँदै आएको छ र सन्तुलित नै रहनेछ। एसियन हाइवे हाम्रो देशको पूर्व पश्चिम लोकमार्गले भारत हुँदै बङ्गलादेश, भुटान, पाकिस्तान र अफगानिस्तानलाई समेत जोड्दछ। अन्तर आबद्धताको कुरा गर्दा हाम्रो यस क्षेत्रको अवस्थिति लोकेसनको एडभान्टेजलाई लिएर हामीले त्यसको आधारमा पूर्वाधार बनाउनु आवश्यक छ भन्ने ठानेका छौँ। पूर्व पश्चिम हुलाकी मार्ग र ठाउँ ठाउँमा भारतीय जनताहरूसँग जोड्नका लागि निर्माण गरिएका सडकले भारतीय जनतासँगको प्रत्यक्ष सम्बन्ध र व्यापार व्यवसायलाई सहज बनाएको छ। हुलाकी मार्ग सहित यी सडकहरूलाई कनेक्सन गर्ने गरी उत्तर दक्षिण लिङ्क रोडहरू बनेका छन् र बन्दैछन्। पूर्व पश्चिम रेलमार्ग र माथि उल्लेख भए बमोजिम एसियन हाइवे दक्षिण एसियाको व्यापारलाई सहज बनाएको छ। हाम्रै देशका पहाड, चुरे, भावर र तराईका जनताहरूको आवागमन र व्यापार व्यवसायलाई सहज बनाउने गरी पुष्पलाल मध्य पहाडी मार्ग र मदन भण्डारी चुरे मार्ग बनेका छन्। पहिला त हामीले कनेक्टिभिटीकै कुरा गर्छौँ। पूर्व पश्चिम मार्गहरू बनाउने सन्दर्भमा हामी लक्ष्यमा पुग्न लागेका छौँ। उत्तर दक्षिणका हाम्रा बाटाहरू रणनीतिक महत्त्वका बाटाहरू हुन्। विभिन्न कोरिडोरको रूपमा बन्दै गरेका यी बाटाहरूले चीन र भारत मात्र होइन, चीनको बाटो हुँदै युरोपसम्मको हाम्रो पहुँचलाई सहज बनाउँछ भन्ने हाम्रो धारणा रहेको छ। निजगढलाई हामीले हवाई मार्ग, सडक मार्ग र रेल मार्गको केन्द्रबिन्दु सेन्टर पोइन्टको रूपमा विकास गर्न खोजेका छौँ। यसलाई हामीले ट्रान्सपोर्टेसनको हबको रूपमा विकसित गर्न खोजेका छौँ। त्यसैले निजगढ अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल निर्माण हाम्रो प्रथम प्राथमिकतामा परेको छ। त्यसैगरी बर्दिवास निजगढ रेलमार्ग छिट्टै जोड्ने र काठमाडौँ निजगढ द्रुत मार्ग छिट्टै निर्माण गर्ने लक्ष्य लिएका छौँ। टुरिज्म इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चरको कुरा गर्दा टुरिज्मलाई प्रमोसन गर्नका लागि प्राइभेट पब्लिक साझेदारी गर्दै इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर बनाउन जरुरी छ। सरकारले पर्यटकीय स्थलहरूको स्तर उन्नति र सौन्दर्यीकरण गर्न आवश्यक छ भने निजी क्षेत्रका सञ्चालित होटल व्यवसायलाई प्रोत्साहित गर्न पनि हामीले त्यत्तिकै जरुरी छ, गर्नु जरुरी छ। हाम्रो देश विकासको दृष्टिले सधैँ पछि पर्यो। योजना आयोगको हाम्रो इतिहास लामै भए पनि त्यसले औँल्याए अनुसार हाम्रा विकासका आयोजनाहरू र संरचनाहरू योजनाबद्ध र दीर्घकालीन सोचको आधारमा बन्न नसकेको अवस्था साँचो हो। त्यसको फलस्वरूप जता प्रधानमन्त्री अथवा जता मन्त्री त्यतै विकास भन्ने भाष्य निर्माण हुन गयो। यसलाई तोड्न जरुरी छ। हुन त 2051 सालमा बनेको मनमोहन अधिकारीको अल्पमतको सरकार र सम्मान्य प्रधानमन्त्री केपी शर्मा ओलीको नेतृत्वमा बनेको 2072 र 74 को सरकारले सन्तुलित र योजनाबद्ध विकासका अवधारणाहरू ल्याएको थियो, तर तिनीहरूले पूर्ण रूपले लक्षित उद्देश्य हासिल गर्न सकेन। त्यति बेलाका कतिपय योजनाहरू अलपत्र परेका छन्। त्यसैले अब हामीले भौतिक पूर्वाधारहरू, सडक र भवन लगायतका संरचनाहरू बनाउँदा सन्तुलित विकासको अवधारणा अनुसार विकासका काम अगाडि बढाउने र अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय मापदण्ड अनुसार बनाउने गरी डिजाइन गर्न सुरु गरेका छौँ। हाम्रा विद्यमान प्रविधि र योजनाहरू 50 वर्ष अघिका जस्ता छन्। अबका पूर्वाधारहरू 100 वर्षपछिका आवश्यकता र प्रविधि अनि विकासका सम्भावना र चुनौतीहरूलाई मध्यनजर गरी बनाउनुपर्छ भन्ने हाम्रो सोचाइ र योजना रहेको छ। अब भन्ने पूर्वाधारहरू जलवायु अनुकूलन र जलवायु परिवर्तनसँग सम्बन्धित चुनौतीहरूको सामना गर्ने हुनुपर्छ भन्ने सोचाइमा छौँ। हामी पूर्वाधारहरू विपद जोखिम न्यूनीकरण र प्रदूषण रहित प्रविधिका सिद्धान्त अवलम्बन गरी निर्माण गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने त्यही अनुसारको योजना बनाइरहेका छौँ। सडक दुर्घटनामा ज्यान जाने वर्तमान भयावह स्थितिहरू मध्यनजर गर्दै विद्यमान जोखिमहरूको अध्ययन गरी सडक सुरक्षामा सडक डिजाइन निर्माणका अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय मापदण्डहरू अवलम्बन गर्न कडाइका साथ हामी लागि परेका छौँ। सडक सुरक्षा ऐन छिट्टै सदनमा ल्याउने तयारीमा छौँ। पूर्वाधारहरू निर्माणमा मानवीय सुरक्षा मापदण्ड ह्युमन सेफ्टी स्ट्यान्डर्ड निर्धारणमा विशेष योजना बनाई कडाइका साथ लागू गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने सोचाइमा छौँ। पोखरा र भैरव अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय हवाई मार्गहरूलाई नियमित अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय उडानको व्यवस्थापन आवश्यक छ। म एयर एसियाका प्रतिनिधिलाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। उहाँले छिट्टै यो पोखरा भैरव अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थलमा आफ्नो विमान चाहिँ सञ्चालन गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ। डिजिटल इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चरको कुरा गर्ने हो भने क्षेत्रीय आबद्धताको अर्को महत्त्वपूर्ण पक्ष भनेको डिजिटल कनेक्टिभिटी हो। आजको संसारमा सूचना र सञ्चार पूर्वाधार भौतिक पूर्वाधार जस्तै आवश्यक छ। क्षेत्रीय व्यापार वाणिज्य तथा आपसी सहयोगका लागि आइसिटी पूर्वाधार निर्माण र प्रभावकारी सञ्चालन महत्त्वपूर्ण छ भन्ने कुरामा नेपाल सरकार स्पष्ट छ। विद्युतीय पूर्वाधारहरूलाई व्यवस्थित गर्दै क्रस बोर्डर ट्रान्समिसन लाइन, पूर्व पश्चिम ट्रान्समिसन लाइनको स्तर उन्नति, काठमाडौँ रसुवागढी ट्रान्समिसन लाइनको स्तर उन्नति आवश्यक रहेको छ। एसियन व्यापारका लागि हामी लो वेज हाई क्वालिटीका प्रोडक्सनहरू निर्यात गर्न सक्छौँ। जडीबुटी हर्बल लगायतका निर्यात प्रोडक्सनहरू निर्यात गर्न सक्छौँ र हामी त्यसतर्फ लागेका छौँ। र सबै महानुभावहरूलाई आज प्रबुद्ध व्यक्तित्वहरूले आज यो कार्यक्रममा मलाई पनि एउटा प्यानलको अध्यक्षता गर्ने अवसर दिनुभयो र आफ्ना विचारहरू राख्न दिनुभयो। त्यसको लागि यहाँलाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद।
Welcome to Nepal. Respected dignitaries, media, ladies and gentlemen. It's both an honor and a privilege to stand before you today at the Nepal Infrastructure Summit 2024, a flagship event that has been a beacon of hope and progress in our nation since 2014. I extend my deepest gratitude to CNI and Government of Nepal and the youth community of Nepalese contractors for orchestrating this significant gathering. Over the years, the Nepal Infrastructure Summit has blossomed into a premier platform, convening over thousands of participants from government bodies, private enterprises, international stakeholders, and thought leaders. This summit is not just an event, it's a crucible for collaboration, innovation, and transformative ideas in the infrastructure sector. As we gather here today, it is imperative to reflect on the state of infrastructure in Nepal, which touches the very core of our economic and social well-being. Our infrastructure projects predominantly face severe delays and inefficiencies. Take, for example, the Melanchi water project, initiated in the late 90s to quench the thirst of Kathmanduites. Similarly, the Butwal-Naranghat and Bhaktapur-Dhulikhail road, crucial for improving transportation and trade routes, face ongoing delays, leading to traffic congestion and higher transportation costs and loss of productivity. In contrast, our neighbor India set a world record by constructing a 100-kilometer stretch of road in just 100 hours. The feat highlights what is possible with strong project management, resource allocation, and technological integration. Nepal must take inspiration from these examples to improve its infrastructure delivery mechanism and stay competitive. On a positive note, however, we do have success stories. The Middle Marshandi hydroelectricity project has significantly contributed to the national grid despite initial setbacks. Projects like Arun 3 are progressing well. The other mega projects like the Pancheshwar and the Karnali basins should be prioritized as they hold the key to closing our energy infrastructure gap. The contrasting outcomes of these projects offer valuable lessons. The failure of timely execution, as seen with Melanchi, alongside delays in major road projects, emphasizes the urgent need to reform in our project development modalities. In contrast, the success of Middle Marshandi illustrates the impact of effective planning, stakeholder management, and adaptability. We must confront these challenges relating to the airport projects. We built Pokhara International Airport and Gautam Buddha International Airport, and I'm happy to note that the Right Honorable Prime Minister, as soon as he took charge of the office, immediately initiated a meaningful and conclusive dialogues to open these airports and enhance the traffic. However, we still need to act, and I'm happy to see the CEO of the AirAsia here and reaffirming from this podium the restarting of the linkages between Thailand and Nepal through AirAsia. I also understand that there are serious discussions going on to have these projects managed under PPP model. Infrastructure is just not about construction. It has to be a holistic development. Looking beyond our borders, we can learn from the international examples. South Korea, after the Korean War, South Korea was one of the poorest countries globally. We just heard the Nobel laureate here. Through strategic government planning, which he emphasized, investment in infrastructure and fostering private sector participation, it rapidly industrialized. The development of Incheon International Airport, now a global aviation hub, showcases how visionary projects can drive a nation's economy. China's special economic zones, SEZs, cities like Shenzhen, transformed from small fishing village into a mega city in just a few decades through tax incentives and regulatory reforms. Nepal must consider creating such zones to attract investment and catalyze infrastructure development. While the challenges we face are multifaceted, they are not unsurmountable. We must address key issues of execution delays and quality standard. Frequent political changes and bureaucratic inertia contribute to delays and poor quality projects. Establishing independent project management offices that remain insulated from political fluctuations is essential to ensuring continuity and adherence to the quality standard. Financing and investment. Nepal's over-reliance on loans for major projects places a significant burden on the economy. We must explore innovative financing mechanisms, including the public-private partnerships, which can mobilize private capital and expertise. For instance, the Trishuli 3A hydropower project demonstrates the potentials of PPPs. Simplifying regulatory procedures is critical. Implementing a one-stop shop for project approvals can reduce delays and make Nepal more attractive to both domestic and foreign investors. Infrastructure projects should be developed holistically. For instance, while we have increased hydropower production, the lack of adequate transmission line hinders efficient electricity distribution. Similarly, our airports cannot reach full capacity without proper air routes agreement and supporting facilities, and that's why privatization of the airport under public-private partnership for management. A successful model from India's PPP framework, which our president also talked about, hybrid annuity model, which is called the HAM, introduces to address challenges in traditional build, operate, transfer models, especially in road construction. In HAM, the government contributes 40% upfront during the construction, while the private developer finances the remaining 60% through equity and debt. This reduces financial risk and ensures a steady cash flow through biannual annuity payments, eliminating reliance on uncertain toll revenues. Nepal can benefit from adopting HAM, particularly for road infrastructure along the key routes between India and China. By reducing developers' financial exposure and guaranteeing returns through annuity program, we can attract more private sector participation and accelerate road infrastructure development. Nepal has also made significant strides in sustainability, particularly in the electric vehicle sector. Between 2020 to 23, and Nepal saw a 245% increase in the EV imports, with 80% of the private vehicle imports now electric. This transformation has helped reduce fossil fuel dependency and carbon emissions by an estimated of 1.5 million metric tons annually. The EV penetration rate in Nepal is amongst the highest in South Asia. This should inspire further investments in renewable energy, climate resilience infrastructure. Nepal's strategic location positions it at the heart of the South Asia East Asia corridor, uniquely placed to serve as bridge between India and China. World's two largest and the fastest growing economy, while inter-regional trade in South Asia remains below 5%, Nepal can capitalize on its position by improving infrastructure to serve as a transit hub, unlocking new trade and investment opportunities. Investing in projects like the East-West Railway, strategic highways and airport connectivity with not only strengthen domestic infrastructure, will also boost Nepal's role in regional economic integration. Our focus must extend to airport infrastructure, which is critical to facilitating tourism. Let us envision, my friends, therefore, a Nepal where infrastructure is not a bottleneck but a catalyst for growth, where our airports operate at full capacity, connecting us to the world, where our hydropower not only lights up our home but also powers our neighbors, where our tourism industry attracts millions, creating jobs and promoting cultural exchanges, where our agriculture sector thrives, feeding our people and exporting value-added products, and where every citizen, regardless of where they live, has access to the opportunity that infrastructure brings. Thank you.